Alright, I finally gotten done with my weekend of work, and now I'm ready to paint some miniatures. I've got my World War II infantry here, I've got all my brushes, paint, supplies, and I'm ready to go. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Except, the problem is, I don't have any motivation to do it.
Motivation?
And that's what this video is going to be all about. Motivation. Hi everyone and welcome back to Homefront Wargaming. So we're going to talk about a topic that I think that a lot of miniature hobbyists, tabletop wargamers, historical wargamers can relate to, which is
motivation.
You know, whether you're working on a big army project or you're making terrain, or you're just trying to juggle multiple ideas at once, it can be very easy to fall into a rut where you just don't want to work on something specific.
I can't take it anymore!
Take for example these World War II minis. These are 15mm Command Decision miniatures I got off of oldglory.com. I got them over a month ago and they're still not finished. I have about 14 of them done. And I'm working on a project where I need squad to platoon level miniatures in 15mm, so I need to get these guys done so I can run some sort of a game. But I just can't find the motivation to sit down and paint them.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
See, the thing is that when it comes to any sort of tabletop gaming, with miniatures especially, it's very exciting to start something new. The newest, greatest thing that's coming out, that's what you want to get. I had an idea in my head that I wanted to do a 15mm World War II project about a month ago, so I ordered some minis off of oldglory.com. These are Command Decision miniatures, and I've got about, like I said, 14 of them done. And then I just stopped. Why did I stop? Because I just lost the motivation, the will to go on.
I can't feel anything anymore.
I started working on other things, but I know that I want to get these guys done because I have a game where I want to play them with. So what do I do to get back to these guys? So one of the first things I'm going to recommend when it comes to trying to get a project done or staying motivated is going to be working out some sort of a hobby-related routine. Whether that is maybe you paint for a half hour after dinner, 15 minutes before bed. Work out something where every day you can have a regimented painting session, crafting session, something that's just dedicated to you. The kids are in bed, the wife's watching her show, and you take time for yourself and your hobby.
Time for myself. I want time for myself too.
Make sure that when you're doing this, though, that you break down your goals. Don't say, I'm going to sit here and paint this whole army. Break it down into small segments. These guys are for this week, these guys are for this week. Now I have a much more attainable goal. I have 3 minis I'm going to try to paint this week. I could take all week and work on each of these guys for a half hour apiece at night, and eventually I'd get them done. And that small little bit of work adds up over time, where eventually, before you know it, you're going to have your whole force done. They're going to be on the tabletop, they're going to look amazing, and you're not going to feel burnt out. So another strategy that I recommend is to rotate or mix up projects. Because let me tell you, if you've been painting the same color uniforms, the same units, working on the same terrain over and over again, it's going to start to get really stale and you're going to get bored. It's okay to switch gears for a bit. Just because you're working on a World War II project doesn't mean you only have to work on that project for the next 3 months until you get it done. I could sit here and say, I'm not in the mood to paint these guys. I'm going to go back and paint a few more Roman commanders. I'm going to work on something for my Western village. I'm going to paint some Lord of the Rings. Do what you need to do to keep the creative juices flowing. And listen, it's not about distraction. It's about keeping yourself on track creatively. This is supposed to be a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. Keep it fun.
Just keep up the fun, obviously.
And that rolls perfectly into our next topic, which is to don't turn your hobby into a chore. Listen, it's easy to feel pressure from social media and from people sharing stuff online to get a project done in a certain amount of time. And not only to have it done in a certain amount of time, but to have it look amazing. You oftentimes find yourself comparing to somebody else who seems like they're just like the master of their trade.
I'm that samba master.
But remember, this is your time to relax and recharge. If you're not feeling it one day, then that's fine. You don't need to be like those people online. Take a step back. Don't paint for a whole day, a whole week, a whole month if that's what you need to do. And recharge your mind. Eventually, your creativity will hit and you'll come back to the table 100 times better for it. Because burnout is real, and even when it comes to a hobby where we're just trying to have fun, you can still make it into something that you just don't find enjoyable if you put too much pressure on yourself to complete it. Balance is the key. Your hobby should be fun, not take over your life. So the next part is actually going to be finding motivation through community, which is something that I am trying to emulate with this channel, which is that if you feel like you're stuck or you're in a rut, you don't have any creative juices, share your progress somewhere. Find a Facebook group that is all about American War of Independence miniature. Post your videos on YouTube or TikTok or whatever makes you happy, and share it with other people who are like-minded and enjoy your niche.
Yep, even in Japan, that's pretty niche.
Because trust me, you are going to find people out there that think that what you're making is absolutely incredible. That is going to be motivating. My last takeaway when it comes to motivation is that before you figure out how to keep your motivation, you have to have motivation in the first place. So go back to the things that motivated you to do the project to begin with. Whether it's a movie, a TV show, music. If it was Band of Brothers that made you want to paint these guys, then watch Band of Brothers again. Become completely enraptured in that motivation while you're doing the hobby. So in the end of the day, finding your motivation isn't about grinding through. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you, for your life, for your mental well-being, for your hobby. It's about tapering it to yourself and then expressing yourself creatively through your hobby.
I'm special.
So just make sure to take your time, set your pace, and paint your projects on your terms. If you don't want to paint these guys today, then put them down and don't paint them. Find something else to do, whether it's hobby related or not. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and drop a like and comment and let me know what was a painting project that you just stalled on. What was something that you had a hard time doing? Did you overcome it? Or did you end up just discarding it? Because both are fine. And if you're enjoying the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hey, guess what, guys? This week we hit 3,000 views. And a really exciting development was that my video, I had submitted it 3 months ago for the Battle of Oriskany to the Little Wars TV AAR Challenge for 2025. And it finally made it on the playlist. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and check out the Battle of Oriskany. We've got almost 700 views. I'm really excited about it. It was the first video on the channel before we were Homefront Wargaming, back when we were just Jones Family Hobbies, a whopping 20 videos ago. But hey, guys, as always, from Homefront Wargaming, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.